You get 90%. No, I saw that. I saw the damage resist, but I did not know with the Raiju's chest exotic, you get a 45-second super. Is it actually? Are you just saying 45 seconds? Like you're just saying like a shit long time. It is 45 seconds. All right, I'm gonna go into a private game after this. We're gonna time it. What is going on, YouTube? Matty here, and today I want to go over one of the most broken Hunter Arc 3.0 builds that's probably gonna get nerfed in the upcoming hotfix. But before it gets nerfed, I want to go over it. I want to show you guys what it is and let you guys have a little bit of fun before it's gone. And if it's not gone, well, it's gonna get pretty bad. So let's go over some of the mods I'm using, the exotic I'm using, and we'll go over all the aspects and fragments as well. Let's get into it. So first and foremost, guys, we're going to be using Raiju's Harness. So basically what makes this exotic is the exotic perk Mobius Conduit. To keep it short, you can use your deflect ability at no extra cost of your super, and at any point in time you can actually cancel your super and get unused super refunded. Now think about this like the Geomag days of people running around in their spawn, popping super for a short period of time, canceling it, and still being at half super. A little bit busted, and as we synergize this with a few aspects and fragments, it just makes this even more disgusting. Now, I know a lot of you on YouTube ask about the mods and stuff that I use in my armor pieces. I don't feel like it's that important, but I'll show you guys anyway. On my helmet, I'm going to be using double scout and sniper rifle targeting, just to give you a little easier time when you're hitting those headshots on your snipes. I'm going to use an intellect mod because, well, I need to get that super as fast as possible. On the arms, we're using hand cannon reloader as well as a fastball. Fastball to kind of throw that grenade a little bit farther out because, you know, Guardians just happen to have a really bad throwing arm without it. Shield break charge. I'm not really too sure what else to put here at the end. I had some space, so I just threw that on there. For the chest piece, I'm using an intellect mod with an unflinching hand cannon. Not that it unflinches any less. Legs, we're rocking mobility mod. Invigoration to pair with the powerful friend so that the powerful friends does get procced, giving me a plus 20 in my mobility so that I'm fast as boy. And then for our hunter cloak, we're going to be rocking a mobility mod. And because, listen, I know it's going to be kind of gross because we're in such a melee heavy ability kind of season right now with Arc 3.0, we have double our outreach to give you a reduced melee cooldown when using your class ability. And then we have picking up an arc elemental well causes your next melee to deal increased damage. And I'm going to show you guys why I'm doing this. We're kind of very heavy on melees right now, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So without further ado, let's hop into some Crucible. Let me show you guys a little bit of the B-roll that we got when we were recording this last night on stream, how I found out about this when we tested it, how long this super lasts, and how invincible this super is against every single other super. I'm excited. So, first things first, let's go through the aspects and fragments we will be using with this build and explain why. First up, you're going to be wanting to use Arc Staff. This is very important as the other super is completely different. For abilities, you're going to want to use Gambler's Dodge. This will allow us to perform a little dodge, and when done next to an enemy, recharges our melee ability completely. We will go into why this is so important. Not necessarily just for this broken build, but a good thing to have on your base build once this exotic is nerfed. We will more than likely be making an Ultimate Arc 3.0 build that does not include this exotic in the next few days. Moving on to the jump, you guys can choose whichever jump you're most comfortable with. This part is just up to you. For the melee, you're going to want to use Disorienting Blow. Now, this is really nasty. This will allow you to blind your enemy and amplify yourself when you land a melee. This will synergize with a fragment and aspect, so just wait for it. Now for the nade, you are welcome to use whichever suits you personally. I myself like to use Arc Bolt Grenade to make it easy and fast for damage, as you don't really have to aim all that well. It's pretty simple. For our aspects, we're going to be using Flow State. Defeating a jolted target makes you amplified, and while you are amplified, your dodge recharges more quickly, your reload speed is greatly increased, and more importantly, which is what I believe has broken this build, you become more resilient while you dodge. Just remember that one. Our second aspect will be Lethal Current. After dodging, your next melee attack has increased lunge range. It'll jolt the poor sucker who gets meleeed and create a damaging aftershock. More importantly, damaging any jolted target with a melee attack also blinds them. As for our fragments, we have Spark of Resistance, which gives you more resistance to incoming damage while you are surrounded and giving us a cool plus 10 to strength. Second up is going to be Spark of Shock, which allows our arc grenades to jolt targets. This will directly work hand in hand with our aspect flow state, as defeating that jolted enemy will make you amplified. Third on the fragment list is Spark of Brilliance. When you defeat a blinded target with a precision damage, it'll create a blinding explosion. Remember that melee we chose? The one that blinds your enemy when you hit him? Well, if you headshot that guardian as they are seeing stars, it'll create an explosion of just blinding light, hopefully hitting his teammates, allowing for an easy kill on your end. It also gives you a cool plus 10 to the intellect, which is, you know, pretty nice. Last but definitely not least, we have Spark of Frequency, where melee hits greatly increase your reload speed for a short duration. So to put it simply, the blinding from the melee hit from disorienting blow causes them to be blind, and yourself to be amplified. If you headshot them with a hand cannon or a slug shotgun, they're going to explode into a big ball of exploding blinding light, thus blinding the enemy for an easy cleanup. Another enemy coming? Throw that arc bolt grenade. If they get hit by it, they become jolted thanks to the fragment Spark of Shock, which, if you then melee them even without a charge, they go blind, which then goes right back to flow state of defeating a jolted target, making you amplified. See how this is like one big triangle? You can synergize even accidentally because they all work so well together. Melee, throw a grenade, headshot them. It's gonna be really gross. Aside from the actual broken build, we have set ourselves up for a melee heavy build to allow ourselves to be as aggressive as possible and take out our enemy head on. Let's talk about how incredibly broken this build is. For starters, nothing can kill you other than stasis. Let me show you. We took this into a private game and, well, man, it was bad. We tested Blade Barrage, Golden Gun, Golden Gun with Celestial Nighthawk, Tether, which if you run into, come on, don't run into it, Nova Bomb, Dawnblade, Chaos Reach, Tickle Fingers, Titan Hammers, Big Titan Hammers, Shieldy Boy Captain America Titan Super, Titan Slam. We even survived a Wither Horde shot to the body, and because we were dodging, we survived. Nothing, and I mean nothing, can kill you when you're either deflecting or, more importantly, when you're dodging. You are safer when you're dodging than if you are deflecting. The only thing that can shut down this super is, well, stasis. We love stasis. Love that horrible freezing super that it just seems to never go away in my life, but it's the only way to stop it. So, why is this happening? I think it has to do with the original aspect of flow state, where when amplified, you get more resilience while dodging. Being in super and dodging continuously is what leaves you in a state of invincibility where no super can really take you down completely. So why the chest piece exotic if you can just dodge normally and be invincible? Well, my sweet, sweet guardian with awkwardly small hands, this super lasts 40 seconds when you're holding your deflect, and if you somehow die while in super, you get half your super back the next round or whenever you get revived. It is gross. Just keep in mind that for some reason, you cannot reflect Dawnblades. Most of the time, the way to think about it is, if you're hurt or a hurling titan is coming with a slam, just dodge. You'll survive it. Trust me. Well, guys, that is it. Let me know down below if you guys are going to be using this Arc 3.0 build. We will be making a separate Ultimate 3.0 build because I'm 99% sure that this exotic is going to get nerfed. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had an amazing day one raid. And as always, I love you guys. Thank you for the support. And I'll see you guys on the next one.